Hi folks, welcome back. This is Lynn with PFM Arts, and today let's make some bows. So 2 weeks ago, I showed you how to make a bow with the EK Tools bow making set from 2015. I picked it up at a thrift store, and I had, I don't know, decent results, like it's functional. And then last week, I showed you how to make this one, and this is all from scrap paper, by the way. Showed you how to make this one, and this one actually, I think this one actually turned out better. Like, we're not going to look at that one spot right there. This actually turned out better than this one because it was more full in the center. But I figured maybe you don't have the edges from the dot matrix paper, and maybe you just have regular old offcuts. So I figured this week I would maybe try to do this again. So when I did this one, I just used these 1-inch shanks that I picked up from the thrift store, but you can find these anywhere. But I thought maybe I would try to do it with something that we all might have, like maybe a twisty tie, so more recycling. And I thought maybe I'm going to try it with my tiny attacher. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's find out. All right, so first off, I have some of these. I might actually go and get a few more from my paper pile. And actually, I thought these are a light purple that I hand dyed, and I thought maybe I would take my holly stamp that I just bought recently-ish and kind of go over these and give them some kind of pattern to them. So let me put this on pause. I will go grab some more of these because we found out that I used a lot in here, but I don't know how that's going to translate to this because this was a 1/2 inch wide, and these paper strips were a 1/2 inch wide, and these are, let's see how wide. These are, yep, just shy of 1 inch. So they're about 5/16 of an inch. So maybe I don't need as many, but I want to make sure that I have enough. So let me go grab some more of these. I'm going to stamp it with my stamp block, and I'll be right back. Okay, stamping complete. So I grabbed some more. I tried to find the same size, but I didn't have all of the same size. So I grabbed some skinnier pieces than what I originally had, and I just stamped them. And you're saying to yourself, why are you using the purple paper with the black ink? And it's a very, very, very simple answer. That is what was on the top, right? So this paper was on the top, and the black soot was on the top. And that's why I went with it. It might look silly, but again, this is just practicing at this point, trying to figure out if this actually works. And if it does, that would be super cool. So the last one I did was this one, and we went for 9.5, and then 8.5, and then 7.5, and then a loop in the middle. So there was 4 strips, 3 strips, 3 strips, and then one very, very small strip. So using that principle, let me start off with this. And this, again, is thicker. These ones are almost 1 inch, and these smaller ones, which I'll probably use in the middle. And why am I using these? Because, again, this is what was on the top. No, that's about 3/4 of an inch. So I'll probably use these ones, the smaller ones, where the dark red or dark pink, whatever, however this is coming up in the camera. However, I'm going to use this in the middle. So I will need less of those. And how long are these? These are probably 8.5. I was using these as offcuts from journals or correction 11. Yeah, these are at 11. So I think I will tear down, like using the same principles. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 on the outside layer, 1, 2, 3 in the middle layer, and then 3 again, which will be these 3, maybe this one. It doesn't really matter, on the very outside. Okay, I think so. Last time I used the brad to go through the center where the holes were, and I think this time I'm going to use some double-sided tape to keep the pieces together, and until I get ready to assemble them. So I think I'll do it more individually. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try Yeah, let me try the 9.5 and see if it works. I don't know if it will or not, but you guys know me. I'm willing to try. Okay, so let's do this. I could do this very nicely and try to cut it, but I think I'm just going to tear it because you're not going to see these end pieces anyway. All right, so that's 9.5. And then these ones I'm going to tear at 8.5. I'm going to tear this side. Why? Because I like the stamping better on this side. So I'm going to tear this side. Okay, so 8.5 is right about here. And you guys can see that I'm being like super exact with this. Absolutely not. This is 1000% an ish. I don't know if this is actually going to work, guys. I have no idea. It'd be super cool if it does, because I mean, look at all these things that I would have eventually made paper, but look at all these things that I'm, is my orientation weird? No, maybe not. It just looks kind of weird on the camera. Well, if not, then I'll fix it when I'm doing my editing. Okay, so this one and then this one. So I think I'll just do the figure 8 thing individually with this double-sided tape. What kind of double-sided tape is this? I don't know. It's Nitto tape. Again, I got this from the thrift store. So I don't know, but I do need to find the center of this, which is right there. And I'm going to take this and take this and make a figure 8 like that. I mean, yeah, that works. All right. So I'll put a piece, where's the middle? Right there. A piece here. There's probably a more efficient way of doing this. I just have to figure it out. Okay, like this. And then another piece of tape. Kind of in the middle-ish. Right here. I mean, this is going to use up a lot of double-sided tape, though. I guess that would be the only drawback. Okay, so I got a little thing that looks like this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this. I'll put this on fast forward so you guys don't have to look at me struggling with this, and I'll be back. All right, all of my things are done. All right, so now it's assembly time. I have these lined up like this. So this is basically my back pieces. So I'm going to try to fit these in so that they look nice. Oh, wow. I might not even get I don't know if I'm going to get another row in here of this because I started off with such big paper. All right, well, let's skip these ones because that was my medium size. Let's go for the small size ones. And basically, I'm just making a stack in here. I mean, wow, that actually looks pretty nice to me. And then just put a loop in the middle. So this is one of the pieces that I tore off. So just do a loop in the middle like that. Okay, that looks like something that you would actually like buy. I just need to figure out how to attach it. So I was thinking a couple of different ways that we could attach this. I think this loop in the middle is going to be kind of a pain. But what if I could use a tiny attacher to get in here? And I don't know if it's going to have the bite. Oh, it does. Okay, let's see. Don't fail me now, Tim. Boom. Okay, it actually went all the way through. That is very surprising. So the center one is going to be kind of the pain because there's no way that I would have been able to get the tiny attacher into my loop. So I think I'm just going to use double-sided tape. So what I did learn while I was doing this is, number one, this takes a lot of double-sided tape. There might be another way that we can do it, and I am very interested to see if we can do it another way without all of the double-sided tape. I don't know if there is. And I'm also very interested to see if we could do the same kind of thing, but using a twist tie, which means that we'd be doing more recycling. which would be pretty awesome. Now, this isn't exactly perfect. Like, I probably could have done a better job when I was stacking it up, but I didn't. It's fine. It's fine. And then I'm just gonna. So I made the loop, and I put a tiny piece of the double-sided tape down there, and I thought maybe I could just put another piece of double-sided tape on the top here, like that, and then just squish it down like that. Okay, that's actually not bad. Like, I probably should have put another one over here, or maybe did something a little bit different, but I don't know if you guys noticed when I fast forwarded. You probably didn't because it was on fast forward. But depending on how you fold these, you may get a crisp corner like this, or you may get a fat corner like this. So it depends on how tightly you fold it in there. So maybe that's another thing, to stay consistent, because I definitely didn't. I mean, you see this one's fat. It's a fat point, and this one's kind of a skinnier point. Just stay consistent when you're doing it. So I think that'll probably be a little bit easier when you're doing this. So now, I guess the good news is now I can just take my double-sided tape, not peel off the one side, and just put it on the back here. And now I have something that's ready to go. I don't know if I would use this one because this one turned out a little ugly, but not too bad. It's definitely something that I would do. All right. Next week, guys, let's try the twist tie method and see if I can get it to go together instead of the tiny attacher. You may be wondering how big this bow ended up being. I'm also kind of wondering this. So this is definitely an ish, because this isn't all the same size. Okay, so it actually ended up being about 4 inches, which means it's about the same size as this bow and a little bit smaller, or a little bit larger than this bow. So this is the smallest of the bows. Okay, not too shabby. All right, folks, join me next time and we will try the twisty tie. All right, have a great rest of your week. Bye.